Jack-o'-lantern and the pumpkin. Long ago, in a small village in Ireland, there lived a man named Jack. Jack was clever, but he was also selfish, greedy, and always playing tricks. The villagers often shook their heads and said, "Jack only thinks of himself. Someday, he will be punished." One day, Jack walked through the marketplace. There, he smelled something delicious: freshly baked Irish soda bread. The bread was warm, golden, and smelled so good that Jack's mouth watered. "Oh, I must have that bread," he said. But Jack didn't want to spend his own money. "Why should I pay? I'll find a trick to get it for free." At that very moment, a devil appeared before him. "Jack, your greed has reached the heavens. I have come to take your soul." Jack pretended to be frightened, but inside he was already making a plan. "Wait. Before you take me, let me eat this soda bread. But I have no coins. If you turn yourself into a coin, I can buy the bread, and then you can take my soul." The devil, amused by Jack's idea, turned into a shiny coin. But Jack quickly grabbed the coin and slipped it into his pocket right next to a little cross he carried. The power of the cross trapped the devil. The devil struggled and shouted, "Let me out." Jack laughed. "I will, but only if you promise not to take my soul for 10 years. The devil had no choice. He agreed, and disappeared. 10 years later, the devil returned. "Jack, your time is up. Now your soul is mine." But Jack stayed calm. "Very well, but could you grant me one last request? See that apple hanging from the tree? Fetch it for me." The devil climbed the tree to pick the apple. Quick as lightning, Jack carved a cross into the tree's trunk. The devil was trapped again. "Let me down," the devil roared. Jack smirked. "I will, only if you promise never, never to take my soul at all." Furious but helpless, the devil swore the promise and vanished. Years passed, and at last Jack grew old and died. He went to the gates of heaven, but the gatekeeper shook his head. "Jack, you were selfish, greedy, and full of lies. You cannot enter heaven." So Jack went down to the gates of hell. "Please, let me in. At least give me a place to go." But the devil laughed cruelly. "Jack, remember your own trick? I swore never to take your soul. So you belong neither in heaven nor in hell. You are doomed to wander forever." Jack trembled. "But how will I see in the dark? The world is cold and black." The devil tossed him a small glowing coal and sneered, "Take this, and wander for all eternity." Jack looked around and found a big pumpkin. He carved out the inside, placed the coal within, and made himself a lantern. From then on, Jack wandered the earth with his pumpkin lantern, a lonely spirit with only a small light to guide him. That is how he became known as Jack of the Lantern, or Jack-o'-lantern. The villagers were frightened by Jack's tale. They worried his wandering spirit might come to their homes. So, on autumn nights, they carved faces into pumpkins and placed candles inside to scare away Jack and other spirits. And so, the Halloween pumpkin lantern was born.